Good morning, stamping friends. My name is Lorri Heiling, and in case you haven't joined me before, I would just like to welcome you. I'm always so happy to share projects with you, and just to remind you, I do videos on Tuesday and Friday mornings at 9 a.m. Arizona time. So I hope that you join me for a couple times each week and just kind of see what's happening and what's new in my stamp room. I love sharing with everybody. Excuse me. Well, for starters today, I would like to share with you the projects that I did for my February Creative U classes. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with that, each month I do classes in my home, socially distanced, and I also do the same projects online. And if you are in the Phoenix area and would like to join me, please email me and I'll let you know how to get to my home, and you can sign up for a time slot, and I space everyone out so there's not too many here at one time. And so I would love to have you join me in person. But if that's not possible for you, then I do an online class. And how it works is if you put a $35 order or more in before the 10th of the month, then you will qualify for these free projects. And all you have to do is put that order in and use the host code here, and I will automatically send you the 3 projects. Now remember, I can't stamp for you. That's against Stampin' Up! Policy, but I will send you the card kits and the PDF so that you can assemble them at your own home. So these are the cards that I did. The first one was a little Easter or spring card, and it has cute little bunny on with lots of die cutting. And mine says Welcome Spring, but there's also some Easter sentiments in this set, and it's called Springtime Joy. So that was one of the cards we made. The next one is taking advantage of the celebration products. This paper is free. If you put in a $50 order, you get celebration products for free. And then it also used a stamp set that is a birthday set called Approaching Perfection, and that was also free. So that was a fun little daisy card, and I gotta read this saying for you. It's so cute. Newsflash, birthdays found to be good for health. Studies show that people who have more birthdays live the longest. Isn't that adorable? I love that saying. And the last one, I am in a card swap, and I got a card from Sandy Carlson, and as soon as I saw her card, I knew I was going to case it. So this idea is actually from her, and that's the beauty of swapping with other fellow demonstrators. We get so many ideas, and Sandy is just such a wonderful stamper, and I really enjoy her ideas. So this one I got from her, just changed up a couple things on it, but that's, I'm trying to think, maybe I didn't. I think I just changed the sentiment on it. But anyway, she's just a really great stamper, and I was thankful for her swap this month. Now, I have a project I want to share with you. But before I do that, I want to remind you that time is running out for this celebration promotion going on. And one of the benefits is by signing up to be a discount shopper, you get all these papers in addition to your starter kit. So as always, you pick $125 worth of products, but you only pay $99 and you get free shipping. So it's really a great deal. And there's so much more to just buying at a discount. You get to be a part of my team and participate in many of the things that we have going on. And you also get to meet other demonstrators within our team that love Stampin' Up! As much as I do. And we have a private Facebook page where we share ideas, and we meet over Zoom every month. And there's just so many things that go along with it. But that's all voluntary. You don't have to do any of that. Maybe you just want to sign up and get the discount. So please email me or get a hold of me, and I'd love to have you on my team and just introduce you to the world of Stampin' Up! So that's my little plug for that. That special is only going on until February 28th. All right, now to show you the project that we're going to do for our Make and Take today. The reason I'm using the stamp set that I'm going to show you is because this is going to be part of my class to go that I'm going to be presenting tomorrow on my Facebook and blog. I'm using the Sweet Ice Cream Bundle, And here's all the products that go along with it. I should open the whole book so you can see all these other cute cards here. But this is such a fun set to work with because it comes with a coordinating punch for the cone and the ice cream scoops. And there's just so many things you can do with this. Oh, sometimes I struggle coming up with ideas, something new and different, but this one just came together so fast and easy. It was really fun to work with. So if you could come back tomorrow on my blog and my Facebook page, I will share with you the class to go that will run tomorrow through March 1st is when the deadline is, and there's lots of make and takes and different options for the prices of the products. So be sure to join me tomorrow and check back on those two places. Now the card that I want to share with you is using the sweet ice cream bundle that I just mentioned, and we're going to use the note cards. This is the basic white note cards. You can get these note cards in either very vanilla or the basic white, and I chose basic white because it matches our paper and that ice cream paper. Although, you know what, I'm not even using that DSP today, but on the other projects for the class to go, I will be using mostly the white paper. The other thing that I'm going to use that I already die cut is the Stitch Whimsical dies, and these are so fun because they don't actually cut, they just put little stitch lines in here. And if you're using the note cards, the second to largest die is the one that fits nicely on the front of this. So you just run that through your Stamp and Emboss machine, and look at all the different dies you get. You get squares and rectangles, so that's a nice little feature. All right. Let's get stamping. Let me grab my scrap paper so I don't stamp on my mat. All right, we are going to use a bunch of colors today. We're using So Saffron, Soft Suede, Highland Heather, and Pool Party. And I think for the first stamp that we're going to use is we're going to build the ice cream cone. So I took the Soft Suede, and you'll see when I stamp, they're kind of like our distinctive stamping. You'll see there's going to be shaded areas in my cone, and that's because of how the stamp is cut. So some areas will be darker and some will be lighter. However, I want my cone to be a little bit lighter than the crosshatch marks. I think that's what they're called. So I'm going to stamp off once here, and then on my basic white paper once there. And you see how that shading is happening? It's lighter in the middle and then darker on the edges. I hope you can see that, but it's just really nice. It makes you look like you're really an artist. Now we need to put those little marks on the cone so that it looks even more like a cone. And this time I'm going to do it full strength, so it's one shade darker than my cone, like that. All right, the next thing that I did was I punched out the ice cream cone, the ice cream scoops, I should say. And you can see, let me hold it up, there's a texture in there. I used an embossing folder called, let me think, Painted Texture 3D Embossing Folder. This folder is so awesome because it really does look like you scooped it out of the ice cream container, and it almost reminds me of when you have spackling on your walls, you know how that looks and there's lines there. It's just a really cool folder, so I encourage you to get that one because I promise you will get a lot of use out of that. But like I said, I thought it looked like ice cream coming out of the ice cream bucket. All right, now we are going to put some sprinkles on top. So let's start with So Saffron. I'm just doing So Saffron cardstock with So Saffron ink, and there's one. Then you're going to wash off your stamp in between, otherwise you're going to have a muddled mess. Let's do Pool Party next. Just tone on tone again. It's okay if you emboss first too. It'll get in the divots of the little wrinkles there. And then the last one will be, we don't actually have Purple Posy ink. I'm not sure if you heard, but way back when this color was in, a year and a half ago, almost 2 years, they had a lot of trouble trying to develop this ink, so we never did get the actual purple posy ink. But let me show you what happens when you ink or your stamp off once on your scrap paper and then on the real paper, and it'll be one shade lighter, and look at how close that matches. So that really didn't bother me that we had trouble with that ink. All right, now we will grab our card and let's layer the ice cream scoops on the cone. Do you guys like ice cream? The boys in this family, Dan and Brady, absolutely love ice cream. I like ice cream, but it's not my favorite. I'd rather have like birthday cake or something else, but I'm not as much of an ice cream fan, which is surprising because I am a sweets lover. So let's put a dimensional on the back of all three of these, and I need a new one. I like to use the larger dimensionals on this one. And sometimes I use the small ones when you have a smaller area, but for a larger area, it's good to use the big ones. Now notice how I'm tilting it to the side a little bit, and then we'll do purple posy. Let's tilt it the other way and build it up nice and vertical on this card. And so saffron for the last one, like that. All right, and I have been needing thank you cards recently, so we are gonna do thank you. We're gonna grab our Highland Heather ink again, and we are gonna stamp off to make it match that purple posy. Remember, if you stamp off once, it will match the purple posy. And let's just go right here. There, see how close that is? Now, I thought it was missing just a little bit more embellishment, so I'll show you what I did. Within this medley, there is this cute little confetti, and oh my goodness, look at how many. This will last you, I think, a lifetime, actually. But anyway, I just pulled out the colors that were in the card. I didn't want the terracotta tile in here because it was a little bit too dark. I was going for more of a pastel look. So I just pulled those out, and then you're going to want to use multi-purpose liquid glue. That is a tongue twister. And we're just going to put little dots, and don't put too many. I think for this, less is more. So we just want to make some little confetti marks all around it. The next thing we're going to do is take your pick tool, and this works pretty well. Let me show you. You just pick one up with the rubber end and set it down, and then pick up another one. However, sometimes it'll stick a little bit too tight to this. Like if you have a new piece of rubber up here, it may stick too well. I'll see if mine will do it. They're coming off pretty easy, but some of them were a little bit harder. I guess I'm taking my nail and holding it down, and it's coming off pretty good. But if you want, you can always, let me show you, doing this with one of the pick tool. So you hold it down and then just hold this end, and then it'll come off that rubber side. Do you know what I mean? Because I made a couple of these earlier, and it was sticking to it too well, but now it doesn't seem to be doing that. But that's just a little trick if you ever have trouble getting, say, like pearls or something off. Just use this as your extended finger, and it'll just hold it down. All right, so that's the end of the outside of the card. Isn't that cute? Just some little confetti pieces. Then we just need to do the inside. So hopefully these are dry enough that they're not going to fall off. Whoops, got a little piece of cardstock in there. All right, of course, the inside has to say with thank you with sprinkles on the top. I just had to use that because we have sprinkles all over. Again, we are going to stamp off so all of this coordinates. So ink it up, stamp, and then stamp off. Oh, it's hard to stamp at an angle here without my head getting in the way. And then if you want to add just a little bit more, there is a stamp that looks like the sprinkles that we used on top of the ice cream scoops, and I would probably recommend stamping off once for this. And let's just put a couple here. And that's all. That's the end of the card. So I hope you enjoyed that. And like I said before, tune in tomorrow and I will show you our next class to go. We will see you then. Bye-bye.